Yo, it's your boy Carnage. You're here checked in with hot new hip hop. It's my formula, man. Yeah. I can't let out my formula. I can't give out the weight. Yeah, you can get with the sauce. Nah, but it's just, you can just tell if someone's dope or not. Deco is a crazy producer. He's just like always on the go. He's like when people say like, oh, he's in La La Land, like he's really in La La Land, like at all times. Like he'll just come over, like he comes over to my house in Vegas and just like, he uses FL Studio. He did Slippery. He also did One Time for the Migos. And so he has like plaques. He's doing it, like he's been crushing it. So, but like, obviously I have a lot of homies that produce, and like a lot of producers, they like rap on their own stuff and sing on their own stuff. And he does that, but he kind of like keeps it on the low. And I heard it and I was like, wow, this is so good. You should do something with it. And then he would come over and like, I have FL Studio, so he would like, I would just like go to bed and wake up. He already cooked up like 3 songs on the computer, and he'd just be smoking super high and like order like hella food and just like, and I'm just like, he's just like cooking up. But a lot of the stuff that he does like that is like his rapping stuff, his singing stuff is really dope. So he just like trusts me with the vision, and he trusts me with the guide. So we're gonna pop Deco off. But that song is like such a banger. It's a dope song. I will make a beat, and then I would think about who I want on it. But like I can't, like I'm not a guy that like will make like 30 beats and be like, all right, I'm gonna send you a pack right here. I don't send packs. I just don't. And like all my like homies like bro, I was supposed to send like a pack for the Culture album, for the Culture 2 album. I finally sent Quavo beats a pack. That was the last time I sent somebody a pack, and they didn't pick none of them. So it's all good. I'm using for 30 rack album. Shit on all of them. I've known B for years, like 10 years. I've known Back for like 10 years. Like I've known him. Like I produced something on the 6 Tracks album. Nobody knows about that. Yeah, I produced something on there. So if you could find it, let me know, because I've been doing it, bro. And then I have another song with B. And I can't. It was on one of his MySpace pages when he had like 100. Do you remember? Yeah. But I forgot. He would drop something every couple of days, and I'd just wait, because he never would say like, "Oh, I'm using the beat," until after he'd be like, "Blessings." You just can't. You can't be upset about that. It's the bass guy. Protect Lil B at all costs. This album is for me to just flex and like show people that like if you give me a little time, I can make something really dope, And that was basically it. Like the album, it took about a year and a half, just because I had to accumulate all the songs and then pick which ones, And it's dope because there's songs on the album that were made 2 years ago, and then there's a song that was made a month ago. The Lil Pump song was the last song I made on the album. So like, it was just like, it feels good. I did it for myself more because I like been wanting to like make this type of music and have a platform big enough to like really express myself, other than like, I could have done it in the last album, but nobody would have really given a fuck. Yeah, that's why I only have 2 dance songs on my album, because like I didn't want to go, then it was like my last album was like half, and it was just like, it felt more like a Spotify playlist or something, Yeah. But this album is definitely more like a project, because everything is like a vibe. Everything kind of is more cohesive than my last album. So yeah, it's kind of hard, but my fans still, I have a little cult following that really just kind of like enjoys everything. They're kind of like very open-minded. That's why I'm really against people who are just like very close-minded. It's just like very annoying. And the people who scream about how they're so diverse, majority of the time, are the people that like are actually close-minded. I feel like me being raised in Guatemala and moving to the States when I was like 8, 9 years old, having to adapt to such a crazy thing made me more able to adapt in different ways. I had to adapt. So I had to I had to learn English, and I had to you know, learn how to. It just smacked me so hard. So
culture shock.
With the culture shock.
Kind of immune to
exactly.
Shock, I guess.
Exactly. So I kind of like I see it in a different way from growing up into that kind of society. Bruh, I don't even have my login to Spotify. I don't know. I thought I logged in one time and like it did, like I don't even like I can't even listen to my own stuff when I release it on Spotify. It's just weird. But what am I listening to? I'm listening to Battered Bruised Bloody every day.
We'll leave it at that.
Every day, man. Every day. I'm kind of like against that kind of vibe. It's just like not against it, but it's kind of like it was like a little intense for me. But then I had to adapt and get it, you know. And I feel like, you know, a lot of people don't ever give it something. They don't ever give it a time to actually learn to like something, you know. It just takes a little bit more time. You have to be more open-minded. But at first I was kind of like, you know, because that's how, when I first heard of Ronnie J a couple years back, and I was fucking with them, like he was on that wave hella hard, like sipping tea in your hood and like the X song, like that whole vibe. And I was just kind of like, I was like, whoa. And then I got it. But and then nobody ever, Scarlord kind of stayed there and was doing his thing. You know, I saw his video, Heart Attack. And the visuals was crazy, and I was like, whoa, like I didn't get it, and then I got it, and then like it became so much cooler to me. And he's never collabed with anybody, so this is his first collab ever with anybody. So I mean, it's a big deal, and he's about to, after we drop the song, and the video's insane. Like he's gonna go crazy. Troy is an artist that is managed by one of my good friends, Chad. And he's always been like, Troy is a producer also that does his like rapping, singing stuff. And then I was like, why don't you ever put it out? It's kind of like this. He sounds like Prince. It's cool. But he produced Beast Mode for A Boogie. And he produced a bunch of other dope stuff. Like a lot of the people that like this stuff, like they're not like rando, like they're like actually like dudes who already been putting out heat, you know. But Troy, crazy producer, he was doing that, and he had made this song with one of his homies and sent it over, and I was like, wow. I was like, let me just switch the drums. Like change it up, how they go into like different sections at the end. The end is crazy. Like I sat on that song for like a couple weeks and I was working on it, and that was probably like the 4th, 5th version of what's on the album. It just kind of grew, and it's just like a really like, you can play that in the car with like your mom or like your grandma, and everyone's just vibing, you know. It's just like kind of all around really special song. And Troy's super talented, and yeah, it just came to be, and it was really awesome. I'm glad that I was able to work with him, and I want to see him grow, and we're gonna be helping him out on Heavyweight Records and stuff, and try to like see how big all these people, like if they're on the album, like I'm trying to like, we're doing something bigger than that, you know. That's just kind of more of an introduction on my album to let people know and pass the aux cord. Find out if you're actually good or not. I feel like there's a lot of producers that do their rapping stuff, and they just be having all their homies just hyping them up, and they're actually not fire at all. But you know, but just because they make fire beat, you know, like there's a lot of homies who just like, you know, it's actually hard to. When's the last time you've seen a producer that, you know, raps and is actually doing something really dope and actually it works? You know, it's kind of rare.
It's very rare
because you do have. You could give me a name of a bunch of producers who rap. But not a bunch of producers who are making fire rap music, you know, or it's either a rapper who makes beats or something. But find out if you're actually good, and if you are good, then actually run with it and wait, because I feel like people kind of like release it at the wrong times, and then it's just like, and then if, you know, you should build one area and get really big at that, and then go with it. Like doing them both at the same thing would kind of like mix people's perception of you, and then they start looking at your beats different, and you know, and then people try to take their rapping too seriously, and then they forget about their producing stuff, and then, you know, it's just,
they lose the foundation for one or the other.
I mean, I haven't worked on any of the rap stuff. I haven't put it out in a while since, Guala, and Guala before that was like a long time. But Guala was like one of my biggest songs last year. I think we're almost at like 40 million YouTube views. So that's pretty cool. I was broke and I was living in Skid Row with Kyle. Yeah, and his like manager, this other homie, Chris, who's a really dope artist. This is straight vodka. Straight vodka. Yeah, I mean, having Big Spender become such a big song and never got cleared, so it couldn't be bigger. And that was Theophilus' like, that was his moment. I feel like, because that was his moment. That's when he like got a really strong buzz, and that was an iconic moment. Man, the album title was me completely trolling this girl. The album title comes from me trolling this girl that was like, it's on my Instagram. You should just find it. This girl wrote this paragraph on how I was like racist. I don't know how. It was like the most outlandish tweet ever. She goes, he's racist. Blah blah. He like angry. His music was angry. He was like, everyone at the festival hated it, and I saw people leaving battered, bruised, and bloody. So then I was like, this is just so funny, and I called it Battered Bruised Bloody. Yeah. So shouts out to her.